What's up, everybody? It's Russell Brunson. Before we get started, I wanted to clap that because you gotta have pattern interrupt and a hook or something. And my daughter Nora last night found this and she's like, Dad, look at this. And so we started playing with it. And so she even wrote that today, this is episode 1, scene 2, take number 5. So let's go, everybody. I hope you guys are pumped for today. How did your Memorial Day weekend? You can tell that my Memorial Day was awesome by the color of my face right now. We got sunburned out on the boat, surfing, and had a really good time. And now back to the office getting some stuff done. And it's weird now because kids have school out. And so now it's like there's a party happening all day long at my house, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I'm tired, but I'm excited to be here. So anyway, hope you guys are all doing awesome. Today I wanted to jump in and teach you guys some cool stuff. Who here wants to learn something cool about funnels, traffic, advertising, ideas, how we get a funnel to work the very first time out of the gate, how we start making more money, etc., etc. If you guys are interested in any of that, let me know. Say, yes, Russell, please show me how to make more money. Otherwise, I'm good because I can get back to work making myself some more money, or I can show you guys what I'm doing behind the scenes. How many of you guys want to see behind the scenes? If you do, comment down below, say, show me the money. Show me the money. Okay. All right. Well, we're doing that. So a couple cool things. Number one, you guys probably saw that we launched the new One Funnel Away Challenge. Today was the very first kickoff day. And I want to show you guys something really cool, actually. Because if you are already a ClickFunnels member inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, what's cool is you already have access to this. So let me show you this. Have you seen this yet, you guys? I want to make sure you guys have all seen this. It's pretty cool. So if I go to share screen, window, boom, check it out. I gotta share. There it is. Okay. So this is like the back when we log in ClickFunnels now. This is what it looks like. It's really kind of cool. There's some really cool, like a smart funnel builder. You use AI to build funnels now. We have all the CRM apps. We got a whole bunch of other really cool things, like a lot of cool stuff in here. But check out on the right-hand side, it says the One Funnel Away Challenge. Step number 1, register for the funnel. So like right here, if you're already an active ClickFunnels member, you log in and say, do you want to do expert ecom? You just pick one of them, you register, and then it takes you through a 10-day challenge on whichever of those topics you're going to be focusing on, which is really cool. And then down here below, you'll also see that basically Trey and I are going live every single week. I think Trey went live today, or he's going live today. I go live this Friday, and so you can subscribe to those as well. But that's just kind of one cool thing there inside of the ClickFunnels membership site that I want to make sure you guys are aware of, because it's a free gift you get for being a ClickFunnels member. So make sure you go and check that out and have some fun. So okay, what else we talk about? So I'm doing a webinar on Thursday. For those of you guys who've been hanging out with us going live every single day, if you remember, I talked before, like, I was like, I want to get back to publishing. I told everyone, like, you need to go live every single day. But I was like, there's got to be a purpose to it. It's not just going live to go live, right? It's going live to build rapport, build reciprocity, get excitement and energy around things that you're doing and you're working on. But then ultimately it's to push people somewhere, right? To get somebody to do something. So last week, obviously, we pushed everyone to go to One Funnel Away Challenge. Like most of the lives had something to do with One Funnel Away Challenge, right? This week on Thursday, I'm doing a brand new webinar called salesfunnels.com. It's the new webinar. And so obviously twofold. Number one is I'm going to teach you some cool stuff about what we're doing in the webinar, funnel, things like that. But number two, like my goal is to get you to register for the webinar, and hopefully you'll show up, and then it'll be amazing. But for me, it's like, this is not just a webinar I'm doing once. My goal for myself is to do a webinar every single week for the next foreseeable future, kind of like I keep teaching all of you guys to do as well. And so that's kind of the game plan of what is happening. So that's what I thought I would do, is show you guys this. Do you guys want to see it real quick? And we have a bunch of different landing pages that we are testing. So and it just pulls up, the one that, the first one that got cookied on. And so, all right, do you guys see this now? Boom. So you go to salesfunnels.com. You'll either see this version, or you see a version of me holding this book, like the big old Russell cheesy grin, like, hey, get the book for free. So this is the funnel. And the couple things, let's see if I can make this bigger for you guys so you can make sure you see it. Boom. Okay, a couple of things. Number one is, you notice the first thing we're doing as we launch this, we're testing 2 different things, right? We're testing 2 different landing page variations. Okay, whenever time you launch anything, always split test 2 things. I'm not a big believer in like multivariate testing. It's too complicated. You have too much traffic for it to actually make sense. So we do very simple A/B split tests. Excuse me. So for all of you, as we go to salesfunnels.com right now, you'll either see this page or you'll see one of me holding the book. And so that's the first test we're doing to see which one of these 2 pages converts the highest, right? The message, everything else is almost identical on the page, right? You don't want to test like 4 or 5 or 12 different things, because if you do that, you have no idea which is the thing that actually increased conversion or didn't, right? So you notice the only thing that's different is the image. The only thing we're testing, 2 radically different images, one of just the book, one of Russell holding the book, to see which one of these out converts. And so that's the first test that we are running, okay? So that's the first thing, is split testing landing page. Second thing now, which is kind of interesting, is now we're split testing at the same time also the right messaging. What's the message that gets people to click and to opt in and things like that? Now that test is not happening here on the on the funnel level. Okay. So I'm going to be dropping some cool stuff. So let me come back so you guys can pay attention to make sure you're not missing this, okay? So I'm also going to be split testing messaging, but I don't initially split test the messaging here on the landing page. My initial test on messaging is with my ads, okay? So for example, let me see if I can find it real quick for you guys. Let's see. John, who runs my ads team, was showing me stats and stuff today, which is kind of fun. Okay. I'm trying to think how to show you guys this without showing you my whole Slack, because no one wants to see my whole Slack. It's stressful. Can I just like kind of introduce this over here as a show? I got to be all or nothing. Okay. Let me try one more thing real quick. I think it's because I'm just sharing just the windows opposed to my whole page. Give me 1 second. I will show you a little bit behind the scenes of my Slack. Okay. Let me share that. I'm going to bring this back up here. All right, so here is a screenshot of my Slack. Okay, can you see that right there? So this is kind of cool. So you notice these are all the ads running. So I haven't had a chance to go and do video ads yet. I'm going to be recording a bunch of those later on today. But right now we're just doing image ads. And so the goal is to figure out what messaging is out converting, right? So we have the current one, which is on the landing page, which is how we sold $1 billion online with simple sales funnels, no sales team. So that's one version we're testing. But then the messaging is happening in the ads. So we have still this exact process we use to create the perfect sales funnels. Still an ultimate 653-page funnel swipe file book. We are crazy business owners, superhumans who eat and breathe sales funnels, have been for 20 years, want a slice of it. Again, I literally ask you to make up a whole bunch of headlines. So they're doing a bunch of headlines, tests, things like that to figure out which ones are converting the best. And then from there, we figure out these are the 2 headlines that are winning the best right now. This is what the ad looks like. And then there's one that they're testing right now called Still Our Paint by Numbers Sales Language and Generate More Customers, Stick for Life. So that one's looking like it's got a good shot at winning, okay? So what we'll do is we're going to keep running all these ads now for the next 24 hours, something like that, 24, 48, depending on how much traffic we get through it. We want to make sure there's enough traffic coming through. We have statistically significant data, right? So we drive a bunch of traffic through it. And so what happens is or during the first 40 hours, we'll know which one of these 2 landing pages will win. So when we know that, we'll make one of those the winner. And the second one now is like, hey, based on all the ads, this is the headline that's converting the best. So what we'll do is we'll take the same landing page, and then we'll have a version that has the current headline and then a new headline. Okay. A lot of times people mess up split testing where they go and they make 12 variations. They tried this and that, and they try a bunch of different things, or they're trying, they're trying a headline and image. So it's not that way, right? So initially I'm doing landing page, visual differences is my very first test. While I'm doing traffic tests, figure out headlines that might convert. And then I'm gonna do whatever the current control is, which is the one that all the traffic's been going through. So I'll take that winning picture and that winning headline, and I'll take that same page, and then the second split test will be just those 2 headline differences, and we'll see which one of those 2 headlines out converts, right? And that's the next phase of it. And we keep going through like that. Does that make sense? That's how we split test, my friends. Let's go. Okay, and that's the game of the process. And then what we try to do is come back every single time and figure out what can we test next? What could we keep trying and keep tweaking to get better and better and better, right? Because we have no idea what people are going to respond to. Again, the headline I wrote last weekend, which is how we sold $1 billion online with simple sales funnels, no sales team. Like, I feel like it's a good, solid headline, but I think for a lot of people, it's like $1 billion seems too big. So maybe it's the wrong headline, right? Maybe this other one over here of like, still our ultimate 653-page funnel swipe file book for free. Maybe that's the one that's going to out-convert, right? We don't know until we put things out there and see what the marketplace actually does. Okay, a lot of times people try to come, even I have coaching clients who say, hey, Russell, which headline do you think is going to be best? I'm like, I have no idea. My job is not to know which idea. My job is to come up with ideas and let the market actually choose. Like, the market tells us who wins, right? And you can tell who wins because the market, they vote with their attention, they vote with their credit card, and that's the only opinion that actually matters is like the market. I don't care about what any guru, any person says. The only opinion that matters is the opinion of your market. And the way you hear that opinion is by what do they put their attention on, and then what do they actually pull their credit card out of their wallet to buy. Like, that's the only vote that actually matters, right? It's like for social media, it kind of drives me crazy. We'll create a whole bunch of really cool stuff. We'll post it up there, stuff I love. I'm like, this is the best thing we ever did. And then the market rejects it, which means nobody watches it, no one shares it, no one like comments on it, just kind of like, ugh. And other times we put something stupid out there, I'm like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. We post it out there, and then somehow it gets 500,000 views. And we're like, I don't know why, but the market voted, and that's what they want, so let's make them more of that. And most of this marketing game is just figuring out like what what does the market want, and then doing more of it. So we're putting out like almost like a shotgun. We're shooting a whole bunch of stuff, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Or it's like getting a bunch of mud and like throwing against the wall. And just your first job initially is just chucking a bunch of stuff up against the wall. And then from there, we see like what sticks and what just falls right off. And stuff that sticks, like, oh, that's the stuff that sticks. Grab some more and keep doing that. And you keep doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. That's how you become better and better and better at this game, is figuring out over time what are the things that stick. And you focus on that and keep doing it over and over and over again. Does that make sense? You guys getting this? Cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Yes, the market is the only vote that matters. Okay, cool. So that's the first thing I want you guys thinking about, is like, that's what we're doing on webinar landing pages, registration pages, is testing those kind of things. We're testing the messaging, testing the images, and then that's going to give us the initial conversion rates. Now, this is why it's so essential that you don't just do a webinar once and then evergreen it, okay? It's why, like, it's coming back to doing the same presentation live over and over and over again, because you're going to be split testing things all along the way, all along the funnel, along the sequences, and you're trying to see what's going to convert the best. Okay, I've seen people a lot of times who the one version, they evergreen it, they put it out there and they start trying to drive traffic when the event's done, and the conversions aren't very good, and so like the campaign never works, kind of falls apart. Versus like if you do this process, like we spend 1 week doing this whole campaign, right? We get it converting, it's like awesome. Webinar happens, webinar ends, it's over. Now next week we start a new campaign. We take the same page, we put in what is the new control. Take that control, and now we start split testing against that. Okay, we know this headline was image 1 last week. Let's try it again. This time let's take this and let's split test a whole new image, right? 2 images now. And then we'll drive a bunch of traffic to the headline through the ads we knew that did work. But now we know like this direction worked better. Russell, go make some more ads based on this hook, this concept, right? We'll make more image ads based on this concept. And we keep getting better and better and better and better until eventually 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks, you have this thing just crushing it, right? Your conversions are like 60, 70, 80% because you've already figured out exactly what people want and you just give them what they want, right? You give the market what they actually want. So that's the first thing. There's a bunch of other cool stuff. I almost don't want to ruin the surprise for you guys. Do you guys, how about I show you some cool stuff on the webinar? Actually, how about I give you hints? And then you guys can go and see if you can find them, okay? So check this out. So if I come back to this page right here, so again, this is the landing page. You go to salesfunnels.com, you can check it out. A couple things to note that we're testing, right? One of my friends, Tim Shields, he's in my inner circle. Actually, he's in my Atlas group, which is our highest level inner circle. He's in the photography niche, and he's crushing it. And it's really cool because I look at he has 12 auto webinars that he runs. He rotates through each one every single week. And if you notice, all of his auto webinars, the hook on every single one of them is a free ebook. Ooh, kind of interesting, right? So you get a free ebook, and then he does not email you the link. He verbally gives you the link on the presentation, which gets people, number one, to register, gets them to show up, and gets them to stick to the end because they don't know when he's gonna comment it. And I think for most of us, if somebody actually watches our sales presentation, they're more likely to buy, right? That's just a weird thing. Like they actually see the presentation, they may be more likely to buy my thing. So by having a really good hook like that, it's more likely to get them to actually show up. So I was like, what's the best thing I could do? I'm like, I have this 653 page swipe file, which is insane. I could sell this literally for $1,000 today and people will pay for it. What if I gave them that for free? And now you come here like, I need to register because I want that swipe file. Like I need it really bad, right? How many of you guys right now are like, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool bonus. I want that, right? So that's the first thing, right? And then it's like, I'm not emailing you this link. I'm going to be verbally giving it to you. So you have to be on to make sure you're there. You don't know what I'm doing in the beginning, middle, and or where I'm going to do it out. So you're going to make sure you're there paying attention, which means you're likely to actually listen to my presentation, which hopefully at the end you'll be more likely to buy the product I'm going to offer, right? Like that's something you guys can be using in your presentations as well. So notice that. Also notice that like one of the biggest problems I have in my market is that there's so many different segments of the market, right? And so if you look at this registration page, again, I don't want to ruin the surprise for you, but go and register. If you come out here and click my workshop, and it asks you like, are you trying to sell e-com products, info products? Are you an agency, or are you just getting started? And you pick which option you want. And then based on that, there's a whole different sequence. There's a different landing page you go to. There's different pre-seduction series. This is what Garrett J. White calls it, a pre-seduction series. So if you're in e-commerce, there's a 5-video series about how e-commerce relates to funnels that helps prepare you and get you ready if you're an e-commerce person, right? Number 2, if you're an info person, there's a whole 5-video sequence to teach you info products, get you ready for that. Okay, if you're an agency or beginner, there's these two groups the same segment for me. There's a whole 5-video sequence that shows you how to use, basically I'm trying to bridge the gap, right? Marketing is just about bridging gaps. So I'm taking here's where someone's at, here's the thing I'm gonna be selling them, I need to bridge the gap in between, right? So the pre-seduction videos will bridge the gap between where they are and where they're gonna be. Okay, now there's 2 ways you can do that. Number 1 is like you can have 3 different webinars, which is a lot of work. Or number 2 is you have a pre-seduction sequence in place that bridges that gap. So when you get on the webinar, everyone's starting on the same page. And that's what we chose to do on this one. And so when you register from here, I'm not going to show you the next couple pages in the funnel, but you'll be registered. You'll see you get taken to the Enki page, and you start your training. And based on which option you picked here, you'll start a different training path. And you'll go through that training path, which will hopefully build a bridge between where you are and where I'm trying to get you to go to. And then you're going to show up on the webinar. And on the webinar, again, I'm going to give you the 653 page book at the end of it. But for right now, like, I just want you to come to the webinar, go through the whole process. At the end, I will make you a special offer. I promise you that. I will not disappoint you. You'll have a chance to see me do the perfect webinar perfectly. And the end of it, you will get a chance to get the bonus and hopefully take us up on special offer. And then again, there's one webinar though that I have to master. And I'll probably do this webinar live 40, 50 times so I really master it, which will be really fun. But the pre-seduction sequence, the goal of that again is to bridge the gap between where someone is and where they're going to be, so that when they show up on the webinar, I don't have to go through 30 minutes of like making sure you understand how a funnel will work for e-commerce, or making sure you understand how a funnel will work for an expert, right? Like, or an agency, or if you're just getting started. Like, this should take away all that, so all of a sudden you show up and you're ready to rock and roll. And so anyway, these are just little tweaks we're playing with on the webinar. That's a lot of fun and awesome. So again, I don't want to spoil you. I want to let you guys go funnel hack me. So go to salesfunnels.com and register and just go through the whole process. The other thing is, like, these bullet points, this is like based on what I think I'm going to talk about. But obviously I'm actually working on the presentation today and tomorrow. So each week as we tweak this will be like, we'll plug in more of exactly like, hey, minute 22, Russell's talking about this, or I guess probably won't put the minute in because they're going to be live. But you know what I mean? Like, we'll be able to put in the exact hooks and bullet points of the things I do talk about on pass number 2 and then pass number 3. And hopefully over time, I'll just keep doing this webinar every single week, get better and better and better. And the goal of it is to convert all of my people, my following, the people who listen to me, into people now who are using funnels and using ClickFunnels and stuff like that. So that's kind of the game plan. And yes, isn't salesfunnels.com the greatest domain name of all time? I had to pay a pretty price for that. But now I've got it. So moving forward, anytime I want to push someone to my webinar, just go to salesfunnels.com. Check it out. We'll show you exactly how sales funnels can work for you. In fact, you get the ultimate funnel swipe file for free when you register and show up for the live training, which is going to be so cool. So anyway, that's stuff I want to show you guys today. We're in the middle of this right now. So normally, like, I share these things like 2 or 3 months. I'm like, let me show you what we did. But I thought it'd be fun since we're all hanging out anyway. Might as well talk about this and show you, here's what we're doing. Here's behind the scenes of what we're doing and how it works. And then as you guys are building out your webinars, your presentations, hopefully you model it. My whole goal here at ClickFunnels, as the head cheerleader, is to like give you guys ideas that you can model inside your businesses. So if you have a webinar or you're doing one, again, go to salesfunnels.com, go through the process, funnel hack it, watch what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Make sure you show up the webinar, watch how I perform that, watch what the offers. We have a really cool version of the offer, a bunch of other really cool things as well. But yeah, so there's a behind the scenes. And for all I know, this webinar might completely flop on Thursday. There's a good shot this will be the worst one I've ever done. In fact, usually the first webinar you do is the worst one you're ever going to do. And the second one gets a little better and a little better and a little better. Okay, but it comes back to what we told you guys before. If you're publishing daily, right, that's step number 1. And then you're pushing to something weekly where you're actually doing this conversion event. Gary Vaynerchuk, he's came out. Actually, check this out. His new book just came out. I have it right here. So I've not read it yet, but it's still in the box. Came on Friday. Day Trading Attention. I'm not promoting this book. So I have no idea if it's good or not. But I tell you that because Vaynerchuk's other book he wrote a couple years ago is called Jab, 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 Right Hook, right? Jab, 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 Right Hook, which was like his social media strategy. That's what this is like. Going live every day is like jab, 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 jab. And then the webinar, boom, right hook. Jab, 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 boom, right hook. So it's combining these two different things together, right? You'll notice moving forward, by the way, you'll notice as I am doing these, most of my social content will be transitioning more so to like pushing towards salesfunnel.com. Like, hey, there's a webinar. Hey, you want, like, I'll teach this funnel type, that funnel. I'll be teaching funnel types and showing different funnel ideas and examples, pushing to the webinar over and over and over again. Jab, 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 and then boom, right hook. We also, again, and this is just the beginning of the process, you guys. So you'll see more, again, publishing daily, weekly webinar, and then the backside, the next ascension level that we'll be focusing on is how do you then get people to high ticket programs, which is through a quarterly or monthly, depending how aggressive you are, virtual event to ascend people to the next level. So I'm doing my very first next virtual event in July, I believe. It's gonna be a fun one. In fact, I'm filming the promo videos for it here as soon as we get off this one. So, but you'll see that's gonna be a 3-day event, which the goal is to get people into the next tier of my offerings. And then you do that like once. In a perfect world, I'll do it once a month, but like a 3-day event once a month seems so stressful right now. So right now I'm committing like once a quarter. So it'll be weekly webinar, weekly webinar, weekly webinar, once a quarter. Boom, knock it down with we change it to like jab, 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 right hook. And then you got TKO, which is the 3-day virtual event once a quarter. So I don't know. We'll play with that a little bit as we kind of go through it. But that's kind of what's happening over here. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys a little bit. Sometimes my mustache looks good. What are you talking about? I can't grow a mustache. It's the wrinkle lines and the shades. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. My only ask, if you enjoyed this one, actually 2 asks. Number 1, go to salesfunnels.com and go register for webinar and come like funnel hack me and see behind the scenes what I'm actually doing. And then number 2 is if you got value from this, comment something down below. I actually do read the comments. It's embarrassing that I still care to this day about that, but I do. So comment down below if you thought it was good, if you thought it was lame, whatever it is. Obviously, if you think it's cool, that means more to me. If you think it's lame, maybe don't comment. That may probably make them feel better. But if you got any kind of compliments, I love them. I take them. I'm not going to lie. So drop it down below. And that'll get me to continue to want to keep doing this with you guys every single day. It's a lot of fun to hang out and just kind of share some of the thoughts in my head, because a lot of times these are in my head and they kind of get stuck there. And I thought maybe it helps you guys as well. So it's a win-win for both of us, all of us. So anyway, I appreciate you all. Thanks, you guys. What we're going to do real quick is, how many of you guys are on the texting list? You got a text right before we got started? If you're not on the texting list, 2 things. Number 1, get on the texting list. Number 2, how do you get on the texting list? Let me show you. We're actually going to be giving away a free 1-day consult for 5 people who are on this text list. So make sure you're on it. So I'm going to show you a quick 20-second or maybe a minute-long video. It shows you how to get on the text list. If you're international, we do have it set up now where if you go to WhatsApp, you can type in the number and text it there, and then you get notifications from me through WhatsApp. So it works on WhatsApp or works on a regular phone. But that's kind of the game plan, and yeah, it should be cool. So anyway, I appreciate you all. Thanks for hanging out. Get on the text list, and hopefully we'll have a chance to hear from you guys, or have a chance to hear from me tomorrow when you get a text from me, because we're going to go live again tomorrow, I think, as long as everything goes to plan. So thanks, you guys. I appreciate you all. And with that said, let's cue up the presentation to show you guys how to get on the text list. Thanks, everybody. And I am kind of freaking out right now. I'm so excited. I just got a brand new phone. This is called my Funnel Hacker phone. And in this phone, I'm actually setting up a private community where I have a chance to text with my funnel hackers, with people like you, about entrepreneurship and business and personal development and all the fun things that we love to talk about. And inside of this phone, I've been sending cool stuff that I don't send anywhere else except for people in my texting community. And I want to invite you to be part of it. Now, a couple of things. Number 1, the first thing I need you to do is grab your phone right now, and I want you to actually text me, okay? The phone number is 208-231-3797. I'll probably have it above or below or somewhere, but the number again is 208-231-3797. Text me right now. Text me, hey, text me, what's up, whatever you want to do, and that's the first step. The second step is my goal is I want to get 50,000 entrepreneurs and business owners and funnel hackers on my phone here in the next, before the end of the year. So that's my goal and my game plan, and I need your help. If you will help me to get 50,000 people on here, I'm going to invite 5 of you to come here and fly to my office. We're going to hang out, and I'm going to spend a day with you, coaching you on your business. The first half of the day, I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to brainstorm your funnels, your structure, your offer, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to have my top copywriter help you with your copy, our funnel builders, our designers. We're all going to come and tag team and spend a day with 5 of you here in the office. It's going to be so much fun. So that's the prize. That's the reward. The way you can win that reward is, number 1, you have to text me. If you haven't texted me yet, you are not eligible to be part of this. I need you to text me so you can be part of my texting community, okay? Again, the number is 208-231-3797. I'm going to memorize that number, but as of right now, it is 208-231-3797. Text me. That's number 1. Number 2 is every single time you help me to share this message, you get a vote. That means if you like the video down below, you get an extra vote. If you comment down below, you get an extra vote. You share this video, you get an extra vote, okay? And if you comment again, you get another extra vote, okay? At the end of this, after we have 50,000 people who are on my texting platform, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 5 of you guys to come to our offices here in Boise. We're going to spend a day going deep into your funnels, your business. It's going to be so much fun. You work with me, my copywriters, my designers, my funnel builders, and we're going to get your business up and launched live. This is a free gift for 5 of you guys. So again, the way to win, text me. Stop everything you're doing. Pause this. Text me, 208-231-3797.